What if someone told you that some of the most respected scientists in history, people with degrees, lab coats, and university funding, deliberately destroyed human minds just to see what would happen? Not in secret underground bunkers, not in some dystopian sci-fi movie, in actual universities, with actual funding, with actual government approval. And the worst part, most of the people they did it to had absolutely no idea what was being done to them. Today, we're going through the most disturbing psychology experiments ever performed on real human beings. And trust me, some of these are going to make you genuinely angry. Let's start. Number 1. The Monster Study. 1939, University of Iowa. A researcher named Wendell Johnson had a theory. He believed stuttering wasn't something people were born with. He thought it was caused by criticism, by being told over and over again that the way you speak is wrong. So he decided to test it on orphans. He took 22 orphan children, kids who had no parents to protect them, no one to say no on their behalf, and split them into two groups. The first group was given normal positive speech therapy, encouragement, support. The second group was told every single day that they were terrible speakers, that their speech was broken, that they should be ashamed every time they opened their mouths. These were children. Some of them didn't even stutter before the experiment started. By the end, several of the children in the negative group developed severe psychological damage. Some developed speech problems they never had before. Some became withdrawn and stopped speaking almost entirely. The University of Iowa kept this study hidden for over 60 years. They called it the Monster Study. Even the researchers who worked on it felt sick about it. The orphans were never told what had been done to them. Number 2, the CIA Mind Control Program. MKUltra. 1953, United States government. The CIA genuinely believed that the Soviet Union had discovered a way to brainwash people, to reprogram human minds, like erasing a hard drive and writing new information on it. And they were terrified of falling behind. So they started their own program, in secret, without any ethical oversight whatsoever. They dosed ordinary Americans with LSD without telling them. People at parties, people in bars, government employees, mental patients, prisoners. They slipped the drug into drinks and then watched what happened. Some people had complete psychological breaks. Some never fully recovered. One CIA employee named Frank Olson was dosed without his knowledge. 9 days later, he fell from a 10th floor window in New York City. The government called it a suicide. His family has spent decades fighting to prove otherwise. The program went on for 20 years. When it was finally exposed in 1973, the CIA director ordered the destruction of all MKUltra files. Most of the records were gone. What we know today is only what survived by accident. Number 3. The Stanford Prison Experiment. 1971, Stanford University. Philip Zimbardo. This one you may have heard of. But what most people don't know is how fast it went wrong. Zimbardo took 24 ordinary college students, mentally healthy, no criminal records, normal guys. He randomly assigned half of them to be prison guards and the other half to be prisoners in a fake prison set up in the university basement. The experiment was supposed to run for 2 weeks. It had to be shut down after 6 days. Within 24 hours, the guards had started abusing their power. By day 2, they were waking prisoners up in the middle of the night for no reason, forcing them to do humiliating things, using psychological tactics that weren't in any instruction manual. They invented them on their own. Prisoners started having mental breakdowns. One had to be removed on day 2. Others developed stress disorders. One started refusing to eat. And Zimbardo himself, the lead scientist who was supposed to be observing, got so absorbed in the role of prison superintendent that he lost his own objectivity and let it keep going. He only stopped when his girlfriend visited the lab and told him what he was doing was wrong. It took an outsider to see it. Everyone inside the experiment had stopped being able to. Number 4. The Learned Helplessness Experiments. Martin Seligman. 1967. Seligman put dogs in boxes and gave them electric shocks they could not escape. No lever to press. No way out. Just unavoidable pain. Then he moved those same dogs to a different box, one where they could escape the shocks. All they had to do was jump over a small barrier. The dogs didn't jump. They just lay down and accepted the pain, because they had learned from the earlier experience that nothing they did made any difference. Seligman called this learned helplessness, and what he discovered next is what made this truly disturbing. The same pattern shows up in humans. People who experience repeated situations where nothing they do changes the outcome, abuse, poverty, impossible work environments, eventually stop trying, even when the situation changes. even when escape becomes possible. They've already learned it's hopeless. And what made this experiment so unsettling isn't just what it revealed, it's that to reveal it, they had to deliberately break the minds of living creatures first. These experiments happened. They were funded, they were approved. Some of them won awards, and every single one of them changed how we understand the human mind, but at a cost that nobody who participated ever agreed to pay. The scientists got their answers. The subjects got a lifetime of consequences. That's the part that never makes it into the textbooks. If that made you uncomfortable, it should, because the most dangerous psychology experiments in history were never run by villains. They were run by ordinary people who were just a little too certain they were right. And that is the most disturbing finding of all.